My hair has seen better days. What is up, guys? Thanks so much for coming back to my channel. If you're new and you've never seen any of my videos before, my name is Kayla. I am 24, I am a mom of two, and I run a small soap business. So I've been doing this for it's been almost 4 years now, and I have learned so much since I started. And even when I started, I had taken about a year to do some research to learn about my industry and my business. I have been really blessed with the opportunity to work with a lot of small business owners. I've had friends who are small business owners. It is a really big blessing to be able to be in this community and to learn from others. And so today I want to talk about top 3 things you don't want to do when starting a business or trying to market your product. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right in there. So starting with tip number 3, don't make false claims. And I know that this can be kind of a given or kind of common sense, but I see people doing it all the time. So for instance, I'm in the soap making cosmetic industry, and so I see all the time people will make like a CBD bath bomb and they'll say, this is gonna cure your arthritis pain. You can't do that. You cannot make those claims. If you do, your bath bomb is no longer considered cosmetic. It is now considered a drug by the FDA guidelines. And in order for you to sell a drug as a product, you have to have special licenses. You have to do rigorous testing. You have to go through tons of hoops with the FDA. And so you can't just manufacture something like a bath bomb and say it's gonna cure arthritis or it's gonna cure your eczema. I see this so many times. So many people on Etsy do this. Oh my gosh, it's so frustrating because consumers will buy into it. And it's funny because while they may be getting some sales, consumers aren't stupid. And you know who else is not stupid? Small business owners. And they are the ones who you really need to be connected with. You want them in your circle. You want them in your corner. You want to know them. You want to help them. You want to be helped by them. And if you are making false claims, you're gonna make a really bad image for yourself. Just don't make false claims, or don't make claims that are really out there, or really push the boundaries of your product if you're not quite sure they do that, or if it doesn't work for everybody. Just be really careful with that. Tip number 2 that I have is don't use scare tactics. So recently I was scrolling through Facebook. I saw an ad for, I think it was like a 72-hour preparedness kit or something. So this company, they had a product. It was for emergencies, which is great. Okay, it's great to have those. However, this is the problem that I had with this. They were using scare tactics. So what they did was they went in to their Facebook ad algorithm, and when they were setting up their ad, they targeted people in Washington, Oregon, and California to sell their product. And then in order to sell their product, they were saying things like, the big earthquake is coming. Are you prepared? Studies show that in the next 1 to 2 months, this is gonna happen. And it was just, I don't know, I just felt really trashy and tacky to me. Don't use scare tactics to sell your product. That might work for some people in the interim, but long term, it's not gonna be beneficial to your business. It's gonna be a detriment to your business. You don't wanna be known as that person who is always constantly trying to drum up fear. Another thing is, I will put like a little tiny tip in here. Don't be one of those people who has like a timer on their website, says like, buy now in the next 7 minutes or you're gonna miss out on this deal. That's scare tactics and targeting FOMO, fear of missing out, right? As a consumer, not as a small business person, as a consumer, if I am interested in a product and I get to their landing page and it says, you only have 12 minutes to secure this deal, buy now. I don't even care if this product is promised to make me magical. I'm not gonna buy it no matter what, because there's something incredibly annoying about things that rush you through the deal, right? There are some consumers who are considered, oh shoot, I can't remember the word for it, but basically like they're impulse buyers. For me specifically, and I know in a lot of businesses, that is not your target market. So for me, if you're in like the natural handmade soap business, an impulse buyer is not your target market, right? Somebody who is gonna think about natural soap, they're gonna take the time to read through the ingredients, to learn about them if they are unfamiliar with anything, to talk to you, to do some research about it, because if they're buying your natural handmade product, they're usually conscious about what goes on their body, right? So they're not impulsive. So that's not going to work for you if you are a small soap business. Just don't do it. My number one tip that I think is probably the most important for your business and its identity is don't name drop other businesses in your industry in a bad light. So here's what I mean by that. Recently, I saw someone, they had their product and then they took two other well-known products that were like big corporations and they said, oh, here's why we're better than them. We have a better price. We're organic, like all of these things. And while those things may be true, you don't want to be known as the business that has to step on other people's shoulders to be seen. You want your product to shine and you want your product to do the talking for you. You shouldn't have to bash other people in your industry or even in other cross industries to be heard or be seen. If your product truly is superior and better than those companies, you don't have to say anything. It will show, it will do the talking for you through use and through customer reviews and word of mouth. So don't be that person that has to run other people's name through the mud to get to the top. And that might work for a few sales. It might even work for a couple of weeks. It's not going to do you any good in the long run. It's going to make you look bad. You'll be known as someone who has to trash talk other people to get the sales that you want. And again, when it comes to being a small business owner, you want to make connections with other small business owners. So you want to build these really fantastic connections, which is one of the most important parts of running a business. And my bonus tip for today kind of ties into tip number 3 is know the laws for your industry, for your state, for your country. So for instance, because I am a small business, I am a small soap business, I have lots of cosmetic labeling laws that I have to adhere to. Every state is different when it comes to owning a small soap business. So for example, in Florida, I know it's incredibly hard to start a cosmetic industry. I know that laws are completely different there, and Florida makes it really hard. You have to jump through many more hoops to become a business than, say, Texas. Make sure if you are a business like me, who is a soap maker, that you know your labeling laws. That's another thing that really irks us in the soap making and cosmetic labeling industry is we see people all the time where they think it's really cool. Like, oh, I'm going to start a business and I'm going to make lip balm, and they will just make their product and they'll just slap it into like a tin container and put like a handmade sticker on top with like the name of the product written on it. There's no label for how many ounces or grams it weighs. There's no ingredients listed. And if they are listed, they're not listed from greatest to least. And if they are, they're not using the INCI names. So make sure you know what you're doing before you try to sell a product. Don't just try to make a quick dollar, because you're gonna start off on the wrong foot and you're not gonna get very far. Make that first impression, make sure it's good, make sure you have a quality product. Well, I hope this video helped you. Again, I've seen this done time and time again at craft events and craft conventions. You can see it, man. You can see customers' body language. They're just not into it. They think it's really trashy. So make sure you're conducting your business in a moral way. Make sure you're not being sleazy, because that's not going to help in the long run. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to see more like this. And until next time, bye for now. Ah, crap, I forgot the coffee. So I've been doing this for about, oh gosh.